Hi, good morning. I was sitting here drinking my coffee when Spirit said, somebody needs a reading. So, if you are interested in a reading, please stick around. I'm going to call in the collective's guides who have the highest good integrity 9 and above. Please come in and give us the message that the collective needs right now. And immediately, I just want to go ahead and cleanse the space with my little selenite wand. So, if you are consenting, go ahead and like or say yes or something like that. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael just to go ahead and cleanse and clear any cords that are no longer serving this collective. Allow this energy that is residing here within the solar plexus to be transmuted into abundance, blessings, confidence, whatever this viewer needs in this moment. Thank you so much. All right, so speaking of solar plexus, that does seem very significant. We're in the Mercury retrograde. We got the star, okay? This has been my main collective recently, so if you've resonated with any of my recent videos, this is likely for you. I have a lucky Care Bear on my bed. That feels significant. 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this is Mercury retrograde coded for sure. All right, Spirit, give me the message that they need. The star with the 6 of Swords in reverse. You feel like you're retreat. Okay. Mentally, you're going over some of the lessons and obstacles that you've already overcome. And it feels like there's just like this little seed of perhaps self-doubt and almost considering the fact that like perhaps all the work that you've done, perhaps all the boundaries you've set, all of these things that you've already crossed, right? Perhaps it's easier to go backwards than it is to go forward. You know, we see the coastline here, but it's unclear. Like we really don't know what to expect in our future. And so it's almost like, dang, it took all this work just to get here into the middle of the lake. Now, is it more beneficial to go forward or is it more beneficial to go back? And so that's what we're sitting with. But with the star coming in, this is something that you really need to trust yourself. A whole bunch of cards fell out. So the past was rooted in conflict. This does feel like something that was occurring in your childhood. So perhaps, I know for me, like, you know, having a family dynamics that were not particularly healthy, and then moving into my adult life, I had relationships with those dynamics that were not healthy. And so that did create a little bit of a lack mindset, particularly around like what sacrifices I have to make for love. And so it was like, okay, well, do I sacrifice myself or do I sacrifice love? And Spirit is coming in and saying like, that's not the case. And that's an example. So that might not be the situation for you. Hold on, let me double check. I think for several of you, it is love. But for others, it is around financial stability. So it may or may not be a job, but it may be like support system. So take what resonates, fill in the blanks, right? You know your story. But Source is saying like it is not a sacrifice me or sacrifice this thing outside of yourself. It is about learning balance, but it is also about keeping within integrity of your own energy and learning like, no, I'm not going to sacrifice myself for love, for job, for a support system that's not truly supportive, right? I'm not going to sacrifice my needs, my integrity, my authenticity for something that is not fulfilling me, right? So this is not a sacrificial situation. This is, I am holding my integrity. I am working on my energetic alignment. Like I'm holding the vibration I need to be at. I'm doing the inner work to come into alignment with the things that I'm desiring. And in this midpoint, where I don't have all the answers and I don't know what's coming in for me, I'm trusting Spirit, right? Like she's blindfolded. So we're not sacrificing our integrity. We're not sacrificing our need for love or whatever it may be, but we are holding out for that aligned gift from the universe. Let me know if this is resonating and making sense in the comments. And of course, if you want your own personalized, we can do that. Okay, 6 of coins in reverse. Ooh, and 3 of coins in reverse. Okay, so well, okay, sorry. When I saw that card, I was like, oh, you cut off somebody who was like being sneaky behind your back. And that's exactly what it feels like. And this feels like somebody who, like, they did speak behind your back, and whether you had proof of it or not, you caught the vibe and you either called them out or you cut them off. You put in some boundaries. This Six of Coins in reverse, and I think it's so interesting because in the upright, like, it's the same symbology from the Justice card, right? And so this is Source Spirit reminding you not to sacrifice and to continue to trust that you absolutely deserve the things that you're holding out for. Okay, reminder. But the Six of Coins is coming in and saying, like, because you cut off this person or whatever this situation may have been, your confidence took a little bit of a hit. And I think perhaps you viewed whoever this external person or situation was, you viewed that as almost like a I want to say like cheerleader. I'm forgetting the name. Like a hype person. Like, this is something that you did find fulfilling. Like, it did encourage you. You found certain confidence through that relationship or situation. And when you caught the vibe of the sneaky thing and you cut it off, it shook your confidence a little bit. And so now I want to read from the book. All right, in the reverse, the Six of Coins. The scales are not very even. If you have been generous, you won't benefit from it. On the other hand, you might have been taken advantage of by someone, and such a deed will not reap rewards either, financial or otherwise. There is a pronounced power difference being represented, which is worth investigating. Cool, so that does make sense to me. What I'm getting from that insight is that you were viewing this person or situation as almost a investment. And so you thought like it was a give and take and that there was rewards for both of you. You guys were both enjoying whatever this dynamic was. But in reality, you were giving too much. They were taking too much. And so now that you've cut it off, it's almost like, okay, well, was that a waste? Was that a waste? Did I waste my time? Did I waste my energy? And that's the question that you're sitting with. And, coming from a higher self, from a spiritual perspective, absolutely no, you didn't waste your energy, right? Like, that was a lesson. You caught the sneaky side energy. You called it out. You held firm within your integrity. You did what was right for you. And so now it's like when you're in this calm space, you're in this midpoint, right? Now it's when these questions and doubts come up. And I honestly feel like whoever you are, you've already done a lot of the mindset and energetic work. Now it's just coming up for you to see the work that you've already done. That's what Mercury retrograde does. If you have stuff you haven't dealt with, it comes up again so you can deal with it. But other times it comes up so you can say, yep, I already dealt with that. I'm going to hold firm in my faith, right? And that's something that my spirit team has been, I want to say like the last 6 months, but like for the last 4 years, my spirit team has been hold the faith, hold the faith. Do you trust and believe in these spiritual principles that you have become embodied in, right? And so this is a matter for you to say, no, I've already done the lesson. I'm proud of myself. I can witness this doubt. I can witness this lack of confidence, and I continue to show up and care for myself. And there's a little bit of like fake it till you make it, right? And that's not all the time, but like if you are going on a job interview and you're not feeling like the hot stuff that you are, put on some music and fake it and walk into that building with hella freaking confidence. It doesn't have to be real, right? It becomes real through the act of practicing. You are the Empress. You have the ability to create these things that you are desiring. And it feels, honest to God, like if we're using the body as the scale, you're right here at the capacity. And so you only have this little bit to go. Some might say like the last little block of your energy, but it doesn't feel that way to me. Let me say the block would be this last little kernel of lack of belief in yourself. You're the freaking Empress. She is literally creating magical life from nothing, okay? The people that you have had relationships in the past or external situations from the past do not have any indication of who you are at your core, right? We were sent to this earth to experience certain things, but that doesn't mean those things are what we are. So Continue to reclaim your confidence. You're doing much better than you think you are. Honestly, you're a badass and I love you. If you want to go deeper, we can, but I love you so much and I hope you have a fantastic day.